a strong link exists between your mood and the amount of light you get throughout the day. As evidenced by the annual pattern of winter depression and melancholy, better known as seasonal affective disorder, or SAD. It is generally accepted that the less light exposure one receives, the lower the mood may be. The following symptoms are common among those with anxiety: low self-esteem, sleep deprivation, cravings for carbohydrates, and decreased levels of physical activity. Why seasonal depression happens? Every fall, when daylight saving time ends, most people receive less light exposure due to the 1-hour shift backwards. Shorter exposure to daylight can result in general moodiness or depression for a longer period of time as the days get shorter. Research suggests that this misalignment may be associated with poor mental health outcomes, such as anxiety and depression, that result from an unbalanced sleep-wake cycle, eating schedule, and daily tasks. Circadian rhythms regulate our sleep-wake cycle. They are time clocks controlled by light and darkness. They reset nearly every 24 hours and manage metabolism, growth, and hormone release. While we still have hours left before our usual bedtime, our brain releases the hormone melatonin when it receives signals of limited daylight to support sleep. This will affect how much energy we have, as well as when and how much food we consume. As a result, the brain may be unable to adapt to changes in the environment. Neuronal plasticity, the process of growing and organizing neural networks, is crucial to brain repair, maintenance, and function. In order to align the circadian rhythm with the updated light and dark schedule, the circadian rhythm can be readjusted. As part of keeping a more in sync sleep, exercise, and eating routine, as well as getting daylight exposure as soon as possible upon waking up, is essential. After a while, people can gradually adjust to the changed schedule. The intimate connection between serotonin and melatonin. Several brain functions, including mood, appetite, and circadian rhythms, are influenced by serotonin, a chemical messenger in the brain. Melatonin is a hormone that regulates the sleep-wake cycle and signals the brain when it is time to sleep. Serotonin also converts to melatonin when light intensity is low. It gets darker earlier in the evening when there is less daylight exposure during the winter months, which causes melatonin to be converted into serotonin earlier in the evening. Because of this untimely melatonin release, the sleep-wake cycle is disrupted. The result is moodiness, daytime sleepiness, and loss of appetite regulation, usually resulting in unhealthy snacking. Consumption of carbohydrates, appetite regulation, and sleep all have a direct connection to seasonal affective disorder, which is a form of depression. People who suffer from seasonal affective disorder often crave foods that are high in simple sugars, such as sweets. Strategies to combat the winter blues. People who experience seasonal affective disorder or even a shorter period of seasonal funk are often recommended light therapy in the winter when it turns dark. If you get some light shortly after waking up, you will be more likely to achieve this. If possible, try to get at least 1 hour of natural light in the early morning hours, usually about 1 hour after your usual getting up time. If you wake up at a certain time in the morning, it's true. Light therapy boxes that simulate outdoor light are effective for people living at northern latitudes where there is very limited sun in winter. It is wise to avoid stimulants such as caffeine, tea, and heavy meals close to bedtime. Exercising during the day is also helpful for your sleep, It supports the circadian rhythm and increases serotonin production. Practicing downtime before bed can reduce stress as well as eating a balanced diet with complex carbs and healthy protein. There is a possibility that these small steps could help the circadian rhythm adjust faster. This could mean more happiness for millions who suffer from mood disorders during what are the darkest times of the year.